Welcome to the Cheesecake Challenge here on Slick Jimmy Speaks. Once again, this is the 20th episode of the Cheesecake Challenge. This is probably going to be the last time we use Hangouts, as supposedly Google is doing away with this very helpful software, but they don't seem to want to keep it for us, so it's going the way of the dodo. Tonight we have some great artists. We have first off, Manny from Good Dog Press, who is the creator of Skunk Girl, and he's here to keep us, I guess, straight, because he's that way. And then who we have? We have Humble Marty, one of our regulars on the show. She always comes and brings beautiful colors. We like that very much, and cartoony style with an inimitable sort of imagination. Then we have Jesse, and Jesse, he's going to come in and what? I'm blanking. What's your handle usually? With you?
Neoscene S at Twitter.
Neoscene S, yeah. So yeah, he was here last week, and he did a really beautiful woman. We love that. And we have Shinobi Raccoon.
Howdy.
He's here making. I think is this your first appearance? Or have you been on the show before?
I think this is my first time.
This is man, virgin. Nice. Virgin. Ah, yeah. Okay, and then another one who's been on the show repeated times, Daniel Tech Vega, and he loves his elfin type girls, and we love them too, because they're usually quite beautiful. Tonight, on our on this Cheesecake Challenge, we have give me one moment to switch over to the thing and the other thing and the other thing
and that other thing and this other thing
and that other, yeah, that's exactly right. I want to go over the very long alliteration theme. I went overboard this week, and it's a precious Pulchritudinous, princesses of Extra-Planetary Prominence, promising plenty of playful pastimes for powerful protection. This is based on the idea. As I was growing up, I loved the Barsoom series by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Now, most people know Edgar Rice Burroughs from Tarzan. He's the creator of Tarzan, and that was probably, not arguably, it was his greatest creation, known worldwide. But before he did that, he did a book. Well, it was Under the Moons of Mars was the original story, but it became his first novel called A Princess of Mars. And A Princess of Mars is about John Carter, who comes from Earth. He is kind of mentally projected somehow it's never really quite explained perfectly, to Mars, which is called Barsoom on their planet. And he encounters many strange and wonderful creatures and peoples and vistas and landscapes. But the most important thing he encounters is a princess of Helium, one of the greatest city-states on Mars, called Dejah Thoris. Now, Dejah Thoris is the quintessential woman in peril. She's captured by the great green men of Mars, specifically called the Tharks. And these are 15-foot tall, six-limbed, like warrior culture that lives on Barsoom and roams around in hordes. And they're gonna do some terrible things to her, because that's kind of what they do. But he comes to her rescue, and so this is kind of where the motif comes from. She is of red skin. However, tonight I'm letting our wonderful artists choose their extra-planetary princess. It doesn't have to be Dejah Thoris nor John Carter, but there has to be a princess, and there has to be a beefcake man that she's suing for his protection against terrible horrors that are coming to get them. That is the idea. So we have an alien princess in peril, clad only in what consists of jewelry-like lingerie, kind of like the Frazetta-style princess. Her warrior protector, beefcake guy, a Lovecraftian horror creeping in from the edges of the frame, and one element that makes the whole thing even crazier, and that's their choice. So I'm letting them have a little bit of license to do what they want to do. And then, of course, as always, color as much as you can if you can get to it, because color is a good thing. So that said, and now everybody has been introduced, let's get this show on the road. It's 5 past, so I'd say we go 10 past the hour. So it'll be about 11:10 my time when we get done. So let's get into this. And how's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Super. I know we're going up against drawn and quartered again. I like to live dangerously, but it's nice. I think we have a lot more fun than those freaking pro yahoos. Yeah.
They're stuck with desktop Twitter, as are us all, but we get to have fun with Cheesecake, so yeah, we're doing better.
Yeah. I mean, what's tonight that they're doing? Thor?
Yeah.
Oh, Manny dropped. What are you doing, Manny? Jeez. Yeah, hopefully he comes back. But yeah, so they're doing Thor, and if I were on there, I probably would be doing Beta Ray Bill. But that's just me.
Everybody would probably be doing Beta Ray Bill.
I think I might, if I was going to do Lady Thor, I'd probably just do Lady Sif, like, wielding Mjolnir. So that would be what I would do.
Yeah.
If I were going to go with the female. Because Jane Foster, Jason Aaron.
The thing is with Jane Foster is that she hasn't done much to earn the right to be worthy. From all of the history I remember with her, she really hasn't done much.
Well, she's been there, and she's always been kind of a stock character. I mean, she's in the original mythology, she's Thor's wife. So hey, we got a new artist. We had Jim.
Hey,
Jim,
how are you?
is this Ortiz?
How you doing?
Is this E. Ortiz?
No, this is Jim O'Reilly.
Oh, dude.
How you doing?
First time for Jim O'Reilly. You're the first time to be on there, right?
Yes, correct.
Do you need me to kind of give you the rundown of what the theme is tonight?
Yeah, I need the rundown of the whole show. I've gotten a lot of invites. Unfortunately, I've never been able to make it. And I happened to catch it tonight and said, "Oh, let me jump in here."
Well, I'm glad to have you. Let me go back to this thing to kind of give you a little bit of heads up here real quick. So tonight it's a long. You don't have to go by the theme itself. It is precious, pulchritudinous princesses of extra-planetary prominence, promising plenty of playful pastimes for powerful protection. What this is based off of kind of the John Carter, Dejah Thoris trope, from Barsoom, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Mars series. And basically, you need to do an alien princess in peril, clad only in what consists of jewelry like lingerie. She has to have a warrior protector beefcake. And from the edges of the frame of the image, there has to be a Lovecraftian horror creeping in. You're gonna get him. And then you have to add one element that makes the whole thing crazier, and that's your choice. Then add color as much as you can. So you don't have to do like Barsoom specifically. You can choose what the alien princess looks like, just as long as she's sexy and humanoid. And then she has to have a warrior protector. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be an earthling. It could be something else. You could go crazy and make some sort of anthropomorphic, weird beast or whatever you want to come up with. But that's up to you. And then we just kind of let our imaginations flow as artists and see where we go. And you got 2 hours approximately right now to get that done. I know I'm laying a lot on top of you, but that's why we call it a challenge. So,
all right, great. So draw something I completely know nothing about, and I got 2 hours to do it. Sounds good.
Use that imagination that we know you have.
It's been a long day of work, so it's a little slow today.
Yeah. Don't feel too bad, Jimmy. I'm a little in over my head too.
So I'm just going to draw some stick figures, and
okay.
Okay, I expect you.
I've seen your drawings. You don't do stick figures.
I do stick figures.
Well, mine tend to start out as stick figures, but eventually they become something.
Let's see if anybody's in the chat currently. Let's see.
Can I reference
we do.
here? Like, what?
We have Manny's in there. First of all, and he's still on the panel. We have Pablo Romero. He should be in here, but he's probably got other things going. But we love having Pablo when he's around. We have Israel Garcia. Hey Slick, what's up, brother? Can't wait for my issue of LGL. I can't wait to get it to you. I just need to get the art for the secondary story, and I'm getting a little bit closer on being able to show people what I've done with the lettering on the first story. I'll be showing to
Right.
a kind of a limited set of people who are going to be beta readers, so I can make sure that I haven't fucked anything up essentially. And then we still got some stuff. Pablo Romero says there's a guy doing Lady Thor over on I guess the other stream.
I thought I saw somebody doing Lady Thor on the drawing encoder.
Well, it would be something fun. Again, I would do Lady Thor a little bit more, a little bit more risque. Israel Garcia, do any of you guys have an Instagram I could follow? I don't do Twitter.
I do.
Well,
I am on Instagram. It is at the Tech Corner.
I do have an Instagram. I hardly ever update it, but it is in there if you want to look up. I think it's under Slick Jimmy.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Mine is at Shinobi Raccoon.
And of course, I am the Unbreathable Skunk Girl.
Yep. Damn. Too bad you don't do Twitter, because there's a lot of fun going on. Here's the thing about Twitter. Twitter is a dumpster fire. Everybody knows that. It's not only a dumpster fire, it's a dumpster full of shit on fire. But
Yes, it is.
It's been that way since its inception.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you know how to avoid all that bullshit, all right, it can be a really good tool for promotional stuff. But you have to stay out of all the horse shit that's constantly flying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Which
that's just what I have to say about that.
Yeah, which means you have to mute or block all the drama freaks following you, or your phone.
Yeah, I haven't blocked anything but like a bot. I haven't blocked anybody, but I occasionally have somebody come after me, but like I know how to deflect and just ignore. So that's just the thing, and I don't get bothered by what people say. I've got a pretty thick skin. Pablo Romero says, "Wait, I did something similar to this theme like more than 10 years ago. Then why don't you come on in? Just draw a naked lady." And that's not what I had that like I think last week or the week before that.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube would allow.
Well, we allowed nudity, but we kind of cover it up. We strategically cover it up if we go nude. And I don't mind if you go have boobs that don't have anything on them. Just make sure you have something obscure the naughty bits, quote unquote. And I have nothing against naughty bits. It's just
you can do that.
Play peekaboo.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, that's her name. Peekaboo, I see you sometimes.
I've seen art with that. You have like little stones around the nipple area.
Yeah. Pablo Romero says, "Just draw a naked lady. The other stuff doesn't matter." That's why I'm saying that. Tank Ferret, hi Cheesecakers. Hi Tank, why aren't you in here? Tank.
Yes, Tank.
Yeah, Tank.
Tank is busy hanging with the cool kids, apparently.
Yeah, and Pablo makes an excuse. I'm doing character designs for a comic. Yeah, likely story, man. And,
hey, I was doing character design for a comic, and I asked to show up.
Israel Garcia says, "No pressure. I just want good art and great story. I trust you, brother. I have my wife follow certain CGers on Twitter, so I don't get my hands dirty." Well, okay, fair enough.
Well, the thing is, I stopped. I unfollowed a couple mainly because I just didn't want to hear the drama no more. And then, but I haven't blocked anybody. I don't care to block anybody unless you become. You have to essentially find a way to offend me, which is going to be hard to do. I said, "Hey, I used to work in retail. At this point, you cannot insult me anymore."
Yeah, once you work retail, you kind of get a thick skin.
Yeah, like you can't insult me anymore. Well, this person told you to go back to your country. Yeah, it's such a pedestrian insult. I can't. I don't even rate it as an insult. It's just like it's not an insult, man.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think if you're going to be an adult, you have to learn how to be roll off you like water off a duck's back. I mean, or just
don't get offended.
Yeah, don't get offended. I mean, because unless it's like somebody you care about, what does it really matter? Anybody thinks of
Yeah,
you.
unless it's something extremely insensitive, you can.
Well, and even that, you can
Unless it's an actual threat, like I'm gonna come and beat you up.
I mean, I've had people
I
say
don't have an issue.
crazy
Or they're,
shit.
or they're going to threaten to kill your children or something.
Or something, yeah. Then you should have an issue.
I've had people say some goofy ass shit to me once I got on Twitter, because everybody does. And since I'm trying to sell a comic book, I've learned to be even more diplomatic, and I usually just say thanks for the feedback and have a nice day. And if they have anything else to say after that, it usually becomes really ridiculous looking on their part when I just keep saying, "Oh, that's very nice." Again, thanks for the feedback, over and over and over, and until they finally get bored or they get too frustrated to continue and nope out. 8 watching currently, 3 likes. If you guys want to throw a like on there, we wouldn't mind. Likes are nice. Appreciate that. 5. Oof, it's bumped up quick. And yeah, super. Let's go back to the panel, everybody. How's it going, pal?
It's going great.
That good.
It's going great.
Well, it's nice to have 6 people on the panel. It's good. I do appreciate you guys showing up. It's always wonderful to have artists of skill and a passion come on the show and
Yes.
and give examples of their skill set and sexy women. And in this case, we have a beefcake guy.
Getting there.
And everybody loves beefcake in small doses or big doses, depending on which part you're talking about.
And depending on who you are.
Yeah, that too.
There's a guy. He's obviously a gay fellow on Twitter, and he does the biggest, burliest gay guys, or beefcake guys ever.
I think they call them bears or something.
Yeah, it's bears. Yeah, but they're good. They're really nice. They look good. They look like manly men, but they really are like these big, hairy, muscly dudes.
Yeah, it's like bears, cubs, and otters.
Yeah,
or some shit like that. I just know that because there's lesbians and there's lipstick lesbians, I think.
Yeah, there's butch and there's lipstick, and then there's psychotic lesbians.
That.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Somebody hears that. There's the feminist psycho lesbians. All men are bad. Let the triggering begin. That's right.
I was friends with a lesbian back in college. She told me she thought I was cute. So does that count double?
Huh. When a lesbian thinks you're cute, I'd say
milk that. It's like, yeah, thank you very much.
I used to work at this job and talent work there, and she was actually like a lot of lesbians seem to be angry. She wasn't angry. She liked guys. She just kind of looked like one. And, that stereotypical like softball playing type of lesbian. But she put on a little bit of lip gloss and some ear studs, and that was about the only feminine thing about her. But every time there was like a really hot chick that came in to the front counter, she was like right there with us, looking over, around the corner at the attractive lady and appreciating. So yeah, I liked her. She was cool. We're getting a whole lot of stuff there. Manny, you can't. The camera's making me seasick. Just kidding.
Oh, look at my freaking damn sharpener.
Oh, what? We got Critias? Holy cow.
Critias.
Are you here for the Cheesecake Challenge, bro?
I'll find out.
I don't know if he hears us. Oh, he's muted. Huh. We'll wait for him to say hello.
How you doing, guys?
Hello.
You guys hear me?
Hello. Yes, we can.
Yeah. Are you here to draw or just to hang?
Can't you hang out for like maybe 10 minutes? You don't mind?
Oh no,
That's fine, man. Glad to have you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for
This
the
is
invite.
basically just no problem, man. This is basically just a general draw stream, but we do just kind of the sexy stuff, cheesecake.
Ooh. Ooh, la, la.
Today we're what was that?
No, I'm listening to you.
Today we're doing kind of like the trope of like Dejah Thoris, John Carter from Mars, Barsoom,
Nice.
that sort of thing. And I've set them to choose their alien princess of their own making, and then a hero of their own making, and then there has to be out from the edge of the frame. There has to be like a Lovecraftian horror that's coming after them. So
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a little bit of fun. I like to throw a pretty hefty challenge at people and see how well they do. And a lot of times I'm very surprised how far they get on this thing. And a lot of them usually finish it. But even so, I also ask that they color as much as they can if they get the rendering done.
Mm.
But as you've seen, like I don't know if you've seen Illustrator Monk, often he doesn't finish his drawing completely, but sometimes he does. And then there's another guy named Lou who does just pencils essentially most of the time, but that's fine as long as we get art. I'm happy.
As long as we get something.
Yeah, I have seen some good work though.
What was that?
I'm seeing some nice work tonight.
Oh yeah, we always have people who come in and give us all they can. So I'm very pleased. We got a good panel tonight. Glad you showed up. If you ever want to come on and do some drawing, or not, that's cool too.
Not yet. Not until I get better.
Not until you get ready.
Yeah.
So how are things going with you? How are things going with you?
Oh, things going good. Just a bit tired. I took my family out to the beach today, so it's kind of tiresome.
Nice.
And I'm also doing some writing too.
Is that the kind of friend with a bikini on? just so I can keep it in my head as a visual.
Yeah.
What are you writing?
I'm writing this book for dastardly, and then I'm also doing something called Savage Champion.
Oh.
Yeah. So that book I'm doing with Aaron. You know who Aaron is?
Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Felci.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, damn, I know what it is.
Yeah.
So, how's Detective Dead coming along?
It's doing good. I'm gonna give out a 27-page preview soon.
Oh, nice.
I'm just waiting for this colors to come in and then send it to get lettered.
Cool. I've been working on my lettering for Little Girl Lethal. It's a learning curve. Holy cow.
Yeah, I hear you. How's the book coming along?
We're still getting art in from the secondary story that I added for the stretch goal.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll be quicker than not. But we're just doing the best we can, and it's going to be international. I'm going to take a hit on that. I miscalculated.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
It's freaking brutal, man.
Yeah. I think you know what it is, because we're all first timers.
Yeah.
So we're gonna learn.
I learned a lot on this thing. I'm not going to fall into I'm not going to hit the pitfalls and stuff that I did this time.
And it sucks though, right? Because what can you do, right?
I have good credit, so and I have savings, so it's not like I can't cover it.
And the thing that you want to be, you want to do your best to give people a good deal. You want to offer low shipping because you feel hard with it. Overseas do charge a lot, but even when you do that, it still affects you.
And that's the thing. Like this next one, even though I feel bad, I'm gonna have to say this is it's $30 for shipping just to cover it, because next year it's gonna go up again.
Yeah, I was hearing that.
It's just like, how can I go up from 25 for God's sakes? But
that's shipping and handling international.
Yeah, international, like as cheap as you can find it, and this is like there's a few countries that are a little less expensive. It's like $17-18 somewhere there, but most countries are 25, if not a little bit more. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, because you got the customs forms and all that you got to fill out, I think, right?
Yeah. In places like Canada, you're like, why is it so damn expensive?
Yeah.
You know, someone's skimming off the top.
I mean, I understand like somewhere like like Sashi. I'm going to send her a book, just because she did a pin up for it, and it's going to cost me it's going to be quite expensive to send down there because they have to go by courier.
Yeah,
and it's just like fuck me. But I mean, I'm okay to do that. But if I had to do that for a whole bunch of people, there'd just be no way.
Yeah, I got like 400 backers overseas.
Yeah, me. I got a ton too. Just like it's like a quarter of my backers are overseas. Wow. Damn it all the hell! Only a few of them did like the digital copy.
Yeah. Why do overseas have to be such a?
No, I'm not yelling at him for that. But
no, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't necessarily talking about your backers.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it like printed in their country, it becomes lots cheaper. But then you have to take a hit on your, because you have to have a fulfillment service over there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, did you find a fulfillment service yet, or you still looking?
No, I'm doing it out of my house for domestic stuff, and then I'll see about. I only have 620. It's not like I'm going to get carpal tunnel from it.
Right.
But and then I did do like a signed. I said, if you do want it signed by me and Whiskey Paint, I can make it happen. And this was before, like Zach said, it was going to be $100 for this. Mine was 120 because I have to send it clear to out of Ostock and back, and then it's a whole bunch of stuff to get it to where I have to get it done. So, and then if it gets lost in transit, then I have to do it again, and that happens sometimes. So. I said, if you really want it. So I got three. I think there's 3 people that said sure, but I'm like, okay. I'm not trying to stiff you. If it was just me signing it, then it wouldn't be nothing. I'd just sign every last one of them. I think I will sign every one of them anyway. So, but you're basically getting Whiskey Paint's signature. That's the big expense. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like you do. I'm gonna do domestic myself, and then try to see if I can get a fulfillment overseas.
Yeah, if you can get a fulfillment in some of the bigger fractions of the countries that have the more, say like Great Britain or somewhere like that, and I think it might be worth doing if it's just like some small, like you get Czechoslovakia and there's like 3 copies. I don't know how much it would avail you to do that.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big process, like the fulfillment stuff. If I got over like 1,000, I might think about doing fulfillment with somebody else. But then I'd have to do the projections and figure out how much the logistics would cost for that.
Right.
It's an interesting being a creator. I want to tell people, whoever's listening out there, you should try to do this, but don't have any illusions about it. It's going to be some,
lucrative.
Yeah.
It's not lucrative, and it's not like something that you can do and feel like you're not working, because you're going to be working your ass off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you also get like exhaustion because you're constantly trying to keep up with your campaign and with the artwork and the creative process and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that just, if you have the passion for it, then do it. If you don't have the passion for it, it's just something you think you can do on a lark, you're going to be very disappointed.
Right. And you're not going to make a lot of money in your first run either. No, that's a big illusion. People think like, oh, these guys are making big money. It's not true, man.
No, I mean, for guys like Brian Polito, who have been working, first, he came up with the character way back in the 90s. Right. And then he's built this thing that he's kept the campaigns going over and over and over. But it's a constant thing. It's a business that he does. And so you have to think of it that way. Even on what Chris and I are doing currently is, it's a business on our side. Obviously, we probably have other things that we do. But if we're going to make it, we have to finish the project, fulfill, get it to people, and then do it all over again until you have a catalog. And then that catalog can be something that maybe can start to make money, once you put things there. And then you can do things like compilations and do, merch and swag off your IP.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest goals for us will have to be, or for any creator out there that wants to go this route, is to build up your audience, get as many people you can get, because the more people you get, the more easier it becomes.
Yeah. And I mean, when Ethan says you need to go out there and get 25,000 people on the platform, it's not bad advice. It's not easy advice, but it's not bad advice. And if you have a whole life you're living at the same time, you know, spending lots of time on online, it might be burdensome to everything else you're doing in life. And I keep telling I need to get like a setup like 5 o'clock in the morning when there's no sound and nothing. Just get up and do like a short video every morning, and maybe at night, maybe I can squeeze in another one.
Yeah,
but
I need to experiment with OBS and see how these short videos come out.
Right.
Something I've noticed too, especially when younger artists who want to get into this and start a campaign, as they see these veterans, you know, making a lot of money in the yo-yo projects. Thing is that these veterans have been in the business for 10, 20 years and have built up that audience, those credentials, and that storytelling skills that's going to make that much money. So a brand new artist, you know, someone fresh out of college, I want to go indie yo-yo, I'm going to go find my own ideas. Now you're lucky if you even get your first book fulfilled, even at a low amount of money. Because it's going to take you a while to build up that fan base, the people that see that you're qualified, not that they want to spend your money on.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you are able to, do you guys keep hearing that damn sound?
Yeah, it's like something.
It's like somebody's phone's going.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's connection's going in and out, or their phone's about to die.
I think it's my phone. I'm going to take it off because it's making fucking noise. It's pissing me off.
All right. I'm not Jim.
All right. Okay.
I'm not Jim.
Yeah, I know. 9 people watching. 9. But what was I saying? I got distracted.
You were saying we were going on about the hells of starting out.
Yeah, if you were able to fulfill and deliver a book, that's a major milestone. I mean, it really is. Because once you do that, you have, and if you do it nicely and like you make a good book, you know, you're going to retain a lot of your customer base, you know, and they're going to say, and especially if you do, here's the thing I would say, when you do a book, either my book are done in episodes, so they're kind of like standalones, but I leave some stuff there just kind of like a hook, like you want some more, you know. Like you want more sugar, you know what I mean? And so if you can do that, or either, you know, do it like a comic book where you leave the, you know, cliffhanger or something where people want to see the next installment. That's the thing. And then you got to think of it like you're doing this thing, and then you have it the next, and I haven't the next story basically panned out. I'm just still figuring out the ins and outs from a lot of the short stories I've written, and trying to bringing the elements from those that will make a good story, but I'm not overburdening with all the stuff that comes from like writing more in depth.
Right.
And so as soon as I deliver, and I'm going to start doing promos pretty soon here with Whiskey Paint. We're straight up partners on this. So anything I make, he gets like half, if not more, because a lot of times I just end up investing what I make into him anyway, because he's what sells my stories. So once you get that done, then you have this, I guess a good word is cachet, so that you can say to your backers, look, did you like that? Well, we're going to do more. And here's this, and plus we got these things and this things, and if you like that, we're going to do posters, we're going to do stickers, we're going to do, you know, all kinds of fun things, the buttons and keychains and whatever the fuck, you know. And then that's where you can kind of start making a business, and when people start getting invested in the IP, because you see that from, you know, the stuff that's been there for 60, 70 years, but even stuff that hasn't been there that long, you'll see people really digging once they want more, and they feel like they're on the ground floor of something that might become legendary, you know, that sort of thing. And that's how you kind of have to shoot for it. So that's the way I look at it. Like, I like Detective Dead because it's that noir vibe. I mean, ever since I saw it, like, there's one of those ones where I was like, yeah, I'm down. As soon as I saw it, I was like down for it. So
yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, no, it's good stuff. I like, and you did it just right. So it wasn't something I really had to, you know, think about for a while. I just
right. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. And that's the same thing. I played off the trope of the sexy squirrel girl. Obviously, there's been a million of them, but
There's no sexy squirrel girl. Come on.
sexy school girl, not squirrel girl.
Squirrel girl.
You're doing the ostensible sexy squirrel girl,
You
man.
said sexy squirrel girl. You gotta go look at it.
I did not. It's you got squirrel girl in the brain.
I thought he said schoolgirl.
I heard squirrel.
You
I
said
don't know.
squirrel.
I heard
But then again,
schoolgirl.
I'm half deaf, so
I think squirrel is
Squirrely
affecting your brain.
schoolgirl?
We don't
How
talk
about
about squirrel girl
how
here.
about sexy squirrel schoolgirl? How about that?
all right, okay, let's stop messing with him.
I guess I listen.
That would have definitely been something on Animaniacs back in the day. Back when they had good cartoons.
Yeah.
You guys got some good artwork going on tonight.
Yeah.
Really good.
They often, I'm so surprised that they bring it so hard to my thing, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, actually, a lot of the pieces I see come out of here rival anything on the more pro editions, in my opinion. So,
Right.
so yeah, I'm
Of
very happy.
course, man. I've seen some really beautiful, fan work. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
beautiful pieces that just leaving my mouth open.
Well, I mean, like just recently, I was looking at Rags. If you guys know Rags, Brian Ball and company,
Right.
they just did like a cover contest, and he set out stipulations. And if you know Brian, he's like by the book, by the letter of what he said, and
Right.
he gets the one that I like the best. He's like, but they forgot this, and I'm like, but this one is the best. He goes, but they forgot a piece, and I'm like, well, okay, they have the other piece there, and it looks okay. And he goes, but yeah, they got it all in there, and I'm like, well, you put a poll up, and they're still liking the one I say is the best. And he goes, but I'm probably gonna let them win anyways because they did what I told them to do. And I'm like, oh man,
Oh, right.
Huh.
they forgot the one I really liked. They forgot an element, and in what he stipulated as he wanted in there. But these are
So
basically
moral of the story, make sure you got your instructions straight.
well, he did put the instructions, but I personally think he didn't make it as clear as I think he could have.
Yeah,
But that's art. It's his contest, but like even the people that didn't aren't going to win did pretty damn good, and it's just like beautiful art for the most part, and it basically becomes like fan art because it's just a contest,
Right. Well, at least you can include the pieces into the type of, I guess, in the back of the book or something,
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Nice to do.
He's gonna. I definitely think he's gonna do a gallery in one of these. He's getting back down to the last issue in the main storyline that's currently in Rags.
Right.
I think in the last part he's gonna probably do a gallery, and then he's gonna do like a trade put together with a lot of stuff, and it'll be a really nice trade. So.
Right.
I don't know how many guys know Brian, but he's a good guy, but he's got a fiery temper.
I've seen his fiery. I've seen him go off.
Yeah, it's all right. But it's a fun thing knowing a lot of people in the community and the network around, and getting to know different people and how they work their game, and
Right.
I enjoy it. I try to be as diplomatic as possible, even with people who are a little bit more
Yeah, you gotta do you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hang out with certain people that other people don't like that I hang out with sometimes, and I'm just like, well, I'm sorry about that.
You gotta choose with your friends, You can't nobody choose your friends for you.
I get that some people don't like Rags, but that's at the end of the day, that's between Brian and those people.
Yeah, well, his history with him is it basically goes back to the whole AP thing with Zach, and and I'm like, if you look at what he's done afterwards, I mean, they've delivered consistently books, and then he's done crossovers with like what's the name of that the other one that's with AP. I can't remember their name right now.
Like Lemon, those other guys.
Punchline.
Yeah, Punchline.
And he's done some other things with different people, and so like they made it work. He has a successful Patreon. They constantly do merchandising and like one-off stuff or like very limited limited covers and things. So they make it fun for the collectors and for people who really care about the medium. So I don't have any problem with what he's done. Nor how he's conducted himself sometimes, which I might not have done. And I'm good friends with Matt Mers, and some people have a problem with him. And he's a great writer. He's like a fantastic writer. And people don't even know that. Like they're yelling and screaming about other, just a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. And I'm like, this is what proves him to me. And then we get along because we're both writer head type of guys. Critius, you do both art and writing?
No, only writing.
Oh, only writing.
Yeah, but I've been trying to take up art.
Only writing though is I don't buy that. Writing is nobody knows the freaking tortured writers go through.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I've tried to write my own stuff too. It's a nightmare.
I mean, here's the thing: for anybody who's not a writer out there, everybody thinks anybody can write a book. Well, yeah, sure you can. It's just going to be shitty if you don't know it afterwards, because the real craft of writing comes after you've got your manuscript in hand. Whether it's a script for comics, whether it's a script for
a movie,
film or television, or if it's just straight prose, a novelization of something or short story. The real rub of it, to make it really a good piece of whatever you're writing, it comes in the editorial phase. And what was that, sweetie? Oh, I thought that was Humble. I think that was Critius's daughter or somebody.
Yeah, that was my kid. I'm gonna jump off because I want to eat, and I really appreciate you guys having me on, man. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Sorry for the noise.
And come anytime if you want to come back. We love having people come in and just hang out for a bit.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Have a great night. Take care, man.
Sorry for the noise.
No problem.
No worries.
That was nice to have Critius.
Yeah.
So
back in 2012, I was friends with this movie producer, and he really liked my ideas, and he wanted me to write a bunch of scripts for him. So dumb, I kind of didn't, so it's kind of be a cool opportunity, because he had produced some like these small indie like superhero parody movies that somehow made money. And so I spent a whole year teaching myself how to screenwrite, like for movies and stuff like that. And he kept stringing me along, saying, "Oh, I want to option this film from you. I want to option this to get done."
Yep.
And I spent the whole year writing full, complete movie scripts, and he didn't pay for a single one of them.
Oh,
I'm gonna be kind of callous about that. When you're writing for spec for somebody, always assume that they're gonna fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I learned. I don't do anything I don't write anything for free now.
Right. I mean, so if you have the ability to write, you say, "Are we doing spec?" And if I am doing spec, and you want to do this, well, then I'm going to get this many points, on whatever you produce. I mean, it may not make anything, but at least it's something, and you get that in writing, because spec script writing is not easy, and if you give a script to somebody, I mean, sometimes they can take it and change it for however way they want it and then say that it's theirs, and it's really hard to prove it otherwise. So if you hand a script over to somebody that you prospectively are going to be in business with, you better get a contract on that, and then on disclosure or other shit. And you can get those in boilerplate forms and stuff, but they have to sign that.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah. So it's one of those things you just got to cover your butt, because people are snakes. I had a friend who wrote a really good script, and nobody ever produced it, but they took it and did just what I told you happened. And then they gave it back and go, "Oh, yeah, it's nice. We'll talk about it later." And then they changed the script completely, and then they did like this, half-assed film that got put in a can. he found out about it, but it never got produced because he got his lawyers in on it, and it was just a big. So it's just sitting there. But they did that to him, and about a month and a half of work out down the drain. Yeah, because he did all the editing and made sure everything was perfect for putting it out for shooting and everything else, and he did it on spec. So he didn't just do a spec script. He polished it for shooting, and then they just played around with it a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And that happens here in Utah, where people are supposed to be really nice and ethical. Supposed to be. Oh, look at this. I think is that Tila?
Not quite.
It looks like He-Man, though.
Yeah, that's He-Man.
That's very nice. Very, very, very Shinobi raccoon. Let's go and look at what Manny's doing. Oh, there we go. Yep. Yeah, that's very, very Dejah Thoris there.
We got a nice little male servant here, the guardian.
Okay. Don't make it look like she's giving him a hand job, though. That's all I'm asking.
Hand job.
Okay.
Humble's got color, as usual. For those of you who don't know, Humble always starts with color, so there's always color on her palette. She's doing a very large gentleman holding the girl on his shoulder. That's nice. And let's go over and see what Jesse's doing. Girl's already caught up. He's gonna have to hurry, otherwise she'll be Cthulhu food. Got Jim. Ooh, very nice, Jim. Look at that. What's your project that you're currently working on?
I'm currently working on my own book called Nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And, my goal is to crowdfund it and get it out. But I want to do it like in stages. I want to have the book completely done. I'm doing everything myself, and then I'll work on the marketing and crowdfunding.
Okay.
It's definitely good to have. My advice is if you didn't do that, make sure you have like 5 to 6 pages that you can show them the campaign.
Yeah.
And, a lot of and I always say colored if you can do it. I mean, if you can get.
Yeah, I'm doing everything myself. I'm coloring it, lettering it, the whole.
That's cool. And then a little bit of promo imaging isn't ever a bad thing to have. So.
What I've been doing is I work in Clip Studio Paint, and it has a 3D book preview that you can do, and you can share out the link and supply a password. So if you want to use it just for like your particular Patreons or subscribers or whatever, or you can just put it out in general, and they can look through the book. So I'm doing like progress books, like here's where I'm at now, here's where I'm at now.
That's very cool, man.
And then eventually I'll just stop that once I get to a certain point.
Should do just as promotional stuff. You should show. I don't know if you're on Instagram too, but
yeah.
Do it on Instagram and do it on Twitter.
Yep.
Or on Facebook if you on there too. Just keep putting it out there so people see it and let them peruse it and have fun with it. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. So if you look on my Twitter feed,
you're ahead of me.
You'll see some links
Cool, man.
To some 3D books that you can look through.
Nice. We got Shinobi. He's doing a. Is that raccoon? Is that Shinobi raccoon?
It's Cherry Blossom, yes.
Cherry Blossom. Fantastic. See, this is how you do it. You do your character. Everybody sees it. Good stuff right there. And you can.
That's pretty much been my plan the whole time. It's just basically put her in scenarios whenever possible. And
well, I mean, if you got a sexy girl to play with, yeah, that's what I would do. And then every time you get a chance to insert her into something.
Speaking of inserting her,
oh my gosh.
story is
oh my gosh.
the hey, since we're doing the subject, but yeah, her short story is going to actually appear in Unbreathable Skunk Girl.
Ah. Is that just going to be in like a secondary story?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to be the backup story. It's going to be Cherry Blossom and Skunk Girl. What is it? 5 pages? Shinobi?
Yes, 5 pages.
5 pages.
Good, awesome.
So the main story is 62 pages, and then you got 5 pages of backup story. And we got some pinup art from the fan edition. I mean, the fan contests and all kind of good fun stuff. 80 pages, perfect bound, glossy pages.
Awesome, excellent.
It's going to cost some bucks, but you know what? I want to get a really good product out there. My first time out, it will be fulfilled. It's already hit its mark. It does say it's the last day today, but I'm going to re-up that in a couple hours, so it's going to go on for another 30 days.
Well, I'm definitely gonna do the best printing I can. I can't do a hardback. I wish I could. Doug Knaple makes me wish I could do stuff, and it's kind of pissed. But yeah, one of these days I'll be able to afford a hardback.
Right.
But right now I'm gonna do the best cardstock I can for the cover, best gauge I can inside for the pages. I want a really nice book when people get it in their hands, and they appreciate that we delivered,
Right.
So it's a big thing, I think, for creators to be able to do that. And I understand if you have to go with a little less, if you're trying to get out just a floppy, and even if you do it in a like newsprint kind of has it has its own dimension to it, and I enjoy newsprint. First of all, I believe the smell of it is really nice. I love the smell of newsprint, and there's something like nostalgic about it that I enjoy as well. So I've gotten a couple newsprint books. Some I'm not as impressed with for various reasons, and then some I'm just like, oh, this is awesome. It just brings me right back, So
yeah,
I'm gonna go to the chat. See what's going on with those guys. We've ignored them for what now? 30 minutes. Well, Flint Amaret showed up. Fabulous. Flint is our resident go-to mod. Now I have other mods, but Flint is the guy. He's the man. He's the man with the big blue wrench, and so respect the wrench. What I'm saying. He comes in and he starts putting people's stuff out, like Something for Critias. A murder detective from the 1930s returns to life in modern times, but he didn't come back alone. Check out Detective Dead on Indiegogo. Detective Dead is still, I believe, in demand, and so if you want to go out and check it out. Critias was here earlier. Appreciate him stopping by, and he really does have a really cool book, something that kind of goes right to kind of my vibe from the old pulp noir books I've read in my youth and continue to read. So yeah, go check it out with a different, kind of supernatural vibe on it. Let's see who else we got here. We got still Israel Garcia. I guess he heard Squirrel Girl too.
We all heard it.
I didn't say Squirrel Girl.
Yes, you did.
Did not. I said School Girl.
Stone it.
School Girl. Everybody likes a sexy school girl, not Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel.
I'd rather have a sexy Squirrel Girl than what Marvel's putting out right now.
Oh, true. But
Yeah.
Spencer Jones, who should be in here but isn't, he says, "Hey guys, I'm on Crypto's show promoting Megawatt, so I can't make it." Bull crap! I don't care if that's your book. Just kidding. Right now, let people know. Matthew Mers and Josh Spencer are doing Crypto comics. Basically, it's Megawatt versus the Vampires of the Sun, and that's just released today. Go out and get a copy of that book. It's on Indiegogo. Look it up. That's Megawatt versus the Vampires of the Sun. You'll really enjoy it. It's an all ages book about luchadors fighting the Nosferatu. Yeah, so there you go.
I want to do a luchador story in space.
Luchadors in space. Yeah.
But I think it's been done before, so I'm not.
Foot Hammer also says, sick of heroes always winning, ready to root for the bad girl. Then you need to get the Unbreathable Skunk Girl live on Indiegogo now. This is true. Manny, but I believe he's hit his goal, but that doesn't mean you can't go and add more to the pot, because the more to the pot that you add, the more that you will get out of your backing, and things will happen as the number goes up, of course. And I've enjoyed Skunk Girl from the first time I saw the concept, and it's one of those things I'm looking forward to, and I have backed as well.
So we've unlocked 2 of the stretch goals. We are just less than 500 away from the third stretch goal, so we're getting there. And like I said, it's going to go on for another 30 days. So we should hit most of the stretch goals. I want to get to the last stretch goal, which is for the USO. It's going to be a limited edition for just the USO only. I'm going to do a 32-page newsprint copy of Skunk Girl. So it's not going to be the same story. It's going to be cut down to size.
Fantastic. That's awesome, man. I hope that more people go out and check out Unbreathable Skunk Girl. It's a fun concept, sexy concept. I'm always down. And Foot also says, in the wicked city of Lost Peaks, one girl is delivered from bondage to enact violent retribution. Check out The Little Girl Lethal on Indiegogo. That is my book currently, still in demand. And yes, that's a pretty good description. That's a nice elevator pitch you just did there, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Foot. For those who want to go get that, check it out. Just a little bit of warning: it is for adults and not for the kids. Pablo Romero says to me, I posted an old drawing in the Cheesecake Challenge chat. Maybe we should go take a look at that. One moment.
The Stunko does well. You can make a kid version called Little Stunko.
Yes, you could do a kid version, I think, of the Skunk Girl. I don't know if you could do a Little Girl Lethal kid version, though. Pretty sure that might.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
I'm probably not gonna. Okay, I think this is.
You're gonna go to jail. That's what's gonna happen to you.
I think this is Pablo Romero. Let's share. I'm gonna share right now with everybody. Do you guys like it when I share with you? I know you do. Okay, here we go. Come on down. Here we go. There we are.
The infinite space of time.
This is Pablo Romero. He did a few years back. Looks like the guy's grabbing the girl's boob because he's not looking. This is very much like what very similar in the idea. Very similar. There's the tentacle monster there, and he's saying stay back, and he grabbed her boob accidentally, and she's like, oh, you're touching my boobie. He's like, and let's get a ray gun. So it's another planet.
I like that.
I do like that. I'm gonna steal that, Pablo. Sorry.
I mean, the Protector's not quite a beefcake, but I like it.
Yeah, he's kind of got a dad bod a little bit, but that's all right.
Dad bod.
All right, back to the panel. Let's stop sharing. There's the infinity mirror going on. All right. What's we got with Good Dog? From Manny from Good Dog Press, from Unbreathable Skunk Girl fame. This is very much like Dejah Thoris. He's going for the traditional idea, and I don't know what this guy sounds. It looks like he's standing very pertly in front of her. It looks like he's presenting. He's like, "Look what I brought you," and she's like, "What?"
Beefcake.
He's like, "I brought you a big roll of tube steak."
It's like you remember that scene in History of the World Part 1?
Yes.
Yes. No. Yes.
We got a humble Marty. Got the young lady sitting on the big burly fella's shoulder. And
I got an entire naked body in. Yay.
Naked body. I didn't say it had to be naked, but
my guy's naked too, you know that, right?
Not too naked. I made sure to cover up the essentials.
Yes,
that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
My naked.
The nakedity. Then we got Jesse. He's got It's got the girl. She's all wrapped up with the tentacle. It's turning into a hentai, but the guy's gonna stop it. Good. And then we got Jim. How do you say your last name? O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Yeah.
O'Reilly. Okay. It's like Conan with like a laser gun. I really digging that. And then there's the hot babe right there, and something's coming to get her. Coming to get you. Shinobi Raccoon.
Hang on, let me.
I'm seeing a He-Man be. It looks like I don't know what. Yeah, is he gonna molest her? I'm not sure what's going on with He-Man there.
He's probably distracted.
He's so squishy. She's like, knock it off! I'm gonna get eaten here. Okay, and going over to Daniel Vega.
Well, you can't really. Well, this will clear up all the He-Man is gay assumptions.
Yeah, He-Man's not gay. It's Prince Adam. Everybody worries about. It's like he transforms. And he's like, "Damn, what's your name? Tila. Damn, Tila." And then it goes back to Adam. He's like, "Hi, Tila."
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to deal with when you have to kind of hide.
Well, I couldn't figure out though. Is like he's still like buff.
Yeah, I never really got that. Yeah, I never really got that either.
Like Prince Adam wasn't like a weakling looking guy. He's still like buff, but he's like hi, and then all of a sudden he gets changed into human. He's like, "How you doing?"
Right. I never really got that either.
I think something dropped every time he transformed.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like the Superman thing.
It leaches
he changes his body posture and stuff like that. I think that's what they were.
Yeah, it leaches a little bit of more of his testosterone every time he transforms.
Well, the 2002 He-Man, at the very least, had a more convincing effect where you had this really scrawny 16-year-old boy, and he turns into this massive beefcake when he raises his sword in the air. Funny thing about that was, in order to do the transformation, he had to lift it up with two hands, but he could still carry the thing on his back.
I never saw actually that one. I'm only familiar. I'm old, so I'm only familiar with the old school stuff, the Funimation shit. I think it's Funimation that did that.
Filmation.
Yeah.
You were close.
Yeah, I'm close. If you guys don't mind, I need to do something real quick. Talk amongst yourself and keep.
You didn't even get to my drawing. He's like literally went off in a fucking tangent. And I'm like, dude.
All right, okay. I'll go to your drawing. I'll do your drawing real quick. Look at that. It's awesome.
What was really funny?
He draws.
Yeah, what was really funny was
Vega draws.
Yeah.
All right.
What was really funny was when the She-Ra show came on. Everybody hit on Adam.
You watch She-Ra? What is wrong with you?
Well, when your pilot episode of said show kind of shows that it's within the same universe as the other show you're watching, odds are there might be some crossover episodes.
Cool. I don't think I ever watched She-Ra.
Got quiet in here.
Got quiet. So make sure you guys go out there and back Skunk Girl on Indiegogo right now.
So what was your inspiration for Skunk Girl?
Well, Skunk Girl was actually created way back when I was in high school, and I was just making a skunk villain. So I just made it, drew it back in the 80s, and I just put it on the side. Wasn't really thinking about it. But then when I watched your boy Zach keep on dogging on Squirrel Girl, which I never heard of before, so I started looking into it. It's like, well, I got a character named Skunk Girl. Maybe I should do a parody. And that's where it came from. But the thing is, the parody is only at the name. Other than that, Skunk Girl has nothing to do with Squirrel Girl. I still haven't read a Squirrel Girl comic yet.
Yeah,
I've never
Basically,
read one.
She's basically One Punch Man.
Ah,
Like nothing can defeat her for whatever stupid reason.
yeah.
well,
And it's often in the stupidest, dumbest way she wins. I'm like, yeah, I
so
guess they're
like
trying
girl
to take.
by happenstance. She's
Yeah,
not.
I guess that they're trying to take it from the point where she somehow managed to beat Doom by sending every squirrel at him. And there was a line he says like, "Dog confounded, for everyone I throw away, so and so more show up."
The hell was that? Hydra? Hydra of squirrels? Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know. She's beat like Thanos and like the Hulk, and
she's beating Galactus.
Yeah, beating Galactus is like it's supposed to be. The problem is like it was supposed to be kind of a parody, like kind of a funny thing, but now they've made like everything completely canon. So
yeah, so it's canon that she beat everybody. She's beaten everybody in.
No, but you see, when they did the Punisher defeats the Marvel Universe, nobody took that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It was a parody.
Well, I think Punisher meets.
So was when Deadpool beat everybody.
Well, those were like all like what if kind of things,
Yeah,
they weren't like 616.
They really actually made all that for Squirrel Girl.
All I noticed about Squirrel Girl is that the art got worse and worse with each progressing issue.
Yeah, Erica Henderson had a different style, and I didn't appreciate it that much. But apparently the Eisners did.
Yeah. The Eisners is more like a club.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know about the Eisners when stuff like that gets through. When like Max Visaggio gets like best of this or that, or
Max is I've read some of Max stuff. I'm like, I don't even care what you do with your life. I care for the fact that you are a shit writer.
Yeah, I mean, like if she were really good, I wouldn't have anything to say at all. She's not really good.
This kind of gives credibility to what Zach had said about her, and she got really pissy about it. Like, you're
homophobic. This, and like.
What made it really funny though was she boosted Jawbreakers more than she did her own stuff.
I know, that was the funny thing.
Because she got mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to bag on people too much, but I mean, when I've read her stuff, I'm not impressed. I'm just being honest. Again, I'm sure there are people out there who think it's the bee's knees, but I mean, I ain't one of them.
Yeah, she ain't one of them.
Yeah, when I read Eternity Girl, I was like, this is just one big desperate cry for help.
Well, and it seems like a lot of the people they employ now, like
they seem to have a lot of mental issues, and I'm like Tom King. I'm like, I honestly think he really does need help. It sounds really, really.
Stop using his comic book writing as his therapy. And everybody has to live with his.
I'm not trying to be mean
his
to the
internal neuroses.
But it sounds like he has a lot of issues and he needs real help. And he needs to stop.
I have to admit that panel he was on, I don't know what it was on, but when he was sitting next to Frank Miller, and Frank Miller just bitch slaps him about, well, that's not a good story then. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling him. And Frank Miller tells you that. Now Frank has had his dogs. I mean, that's true.
Yes.
But there have been some just unbelievably awesome stories. I mean, I've read Sin City. I have, like, my paperback versions are just, they're dog-eared like crazy.
Frank is a hit or miss.
Yeah, but I mean, when he hits, like with stuff like Sin City for me, his sparse writing and like kind of this, everything's very. He doesn't play around with hyperbole, and I really have a problem with that. I need to pare everything I do down, and so he teaches me how to keep it just those lines that hit you like a bullet, and he does it better than just about anybody when he's, in the zone. Whereas with people like Tom King, he is wallowing in his own psychological misery, I believe.
Yeah, he has PSD.
And then he has to share it with everybody. Share everybody with his misery. He doesn't tell us a story that's fun. Right. He just has to give us all the bullshit that's in his brain, and it's not fun. That Batman story he did with Catwoman and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know even what to say. I mean,
what he did to Wally West was like fucking hell.
And then that thing with what's the name of that one where everybody has to go into the machine and they have to disgorge all of their psychological
Heroes in Crisis.
Heroes in Crisis, yeah.
Where they fucked up.
I read 2 of those in the comic book store, and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. Although I did love the cover. First cover.
Even halfway through Heroes in Crisis, I was like, are you going somewhere with this?
Well, I mean, and I got snowed in to Miracle Man.
Same here.
I mean,
so did Eglinton. He praised the hell out of it.
Well, I mean, it was good. The first one really got to you, but then by the 6th or 7th issue, I was like, where the fuck is this going? I didn't, and then like the reliance on the 9 panels really got to me after a little while. And I know that Frank Miller did 9 panels and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but he did them with some fucking.
Well, Mitch Durads is a pretty good artist. I mean, I think a lot of times he is tracing a lot of things, but he makes it kind of his own.
There's a lot of 3D model work in Tom King's comics, I've noticed.
I mean, that's the wonderful thing. When I talk about my own comic, I'm just like, yeah, nobody's gonna think that of Whiskey Paint's art. They're gonna know right off the bat that this is. I
also noticed that they're using SketchUp a lot.
That's somebody new.
Oh, for buildings.
Yeah, for buildings. Yeah, because I noticed that like characters are in one perspective and the buildings are in another. Like, are they using SketchUp?
That would explain that one panel with Batgirl.
Yeah. We got somebody new on the panel. I'd like to introduce art of who are we looking at here?
Art. Yeah, I think your mic's on my.
Somebody. Who's the monkey head?
Willie Reed. Willie.
Free Willie.
Apparently he can't hear us, or his microphone isn't working. When he figures it out, he'll introduce himself.
Right.
Did you put in the Hangouts for the wraparound cover?
Yeah, I did.
That's how you got the link.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I figured most people in there are artists. So.
Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah,
except for the YouTube stars.
Except for the YouTube stars, like so Booster might show up.
Yeah, Booster and you and.
I'll let Booster draw, and then we can make fun of it. Got to keep that boy's ego down.
Oh boy.
He was on. He was on Chester's thing earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Those guys did the rounds of topics, man. Is that what Chester usually does?
Yeah, he does whatever the topic of the day is for comics.
Oh, okay.
I think he had really good clickbait today. he was going after the new higher ed Marvel.
Yeah. I saw that tweet, and then everybody says that tweet's not verified. I'm like, I still think the chick did it.
Most of the time they do it and they backpedal.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, she would have been like from the get-go saying it's not me. This thing is fake.
Mm-hmm. Well, she said she did refute that she didn't say it. She did eventually say that, but I mean, I don't know that some of the things I've seen her write.
Not to mention, she deleted a whole bunch of other tweets.
Yeah,
So.
like 45,000 tweets.
Yeah, when you
I'm sorry, that is not a good look for you, lady.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing: like, people could look on my timeline, and I stand by just about everything I've ever said. Yeah, man, one or two jackass things, but I mean, for the most part, I'm okay with it. I'm not deleting my my set of tweets just because I want to hide the fact that I'm a raving bitch.
The only time I'll delete something is if it's I mess up or I build something.
Honestly, that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll like, fuck, I fucked up, and then I'll delete whatever it is I was trying to do. Because sometimes
you do mess up.
Yeah, well, you're just gonna mess up. You're like, damn it, fucking hell.
I mean,
I've done that before when I've tried to advertise for like my streams and stuff like that, and so on and so forth.
I do try to be careful what I say. I look at what I say usually. Have I gotten too mad or have I gotten too salty or whatever?
I mean, I think the only time I've ever commented on something was when they an art of the monkey art guy took off, but when they were talking about the Ariel thing, and like I kind of pointed out that I see it more worse that they're trying to they're subverting, they're changing races of characters to others to appease black people, this person, that person. It's more insulting and more racist.
Well, I mean, they're appropriating my culture. I'm Danish, so
yeah. Yeah, I got into like a one thing argument with a dude, and I'm like, it's like the Little Mermaid is a Danish story. Yeah. You're technically being disrespectful not to the Danish, and on top of the fact that if you're moving this to the Caribbean and these are supposed to be English royalty, congratulations, idiot! You've now made the Little Mermaid a slave.
Yeah. Right. There you go. I mean, and if Disney screwed over like the end of the Little Mermaid anyway, because the Little Mermaid dies, she turns into sea foam. But
yeah.
I don't know. I remembered seeing at one point one of the Africans point out, aren't some of the mermaids in the African tales evil? And I'm thinking, great, this is just after watching River Monsters about an evil lake mermaid.
That's those evil lake mermaids, those dryads or whatever they call them. No, not dryads, naiads. Flit Amaranth says 3 luchadors battle bloodthirsty vampires to rescue a group of missing girls in Megawatt versus the Vampires of the Sun. Now on Indiegogo. Yeah, everybody go check that out. Thank you, Flit. You're doing awesome. Pablo Romero says the guy was a character from an old comic I did back then. That picture he did before. Very cool. And did he intentionally grab her boob or was that an accident? I'm just wondering. And he was also a fat dude, and he is holding a banana and not a ray gun. Well, they look very much like a ray gun. I'm sorry. Scott Shimmer. I don't know the gentleman, but he's in the chat, or was. Nice to have you here. Then there's Zaid Ninja. What's up, man? Yeah. And he goes, I hope the show goes on for more episodes. I have to go now and not finish my art, but I would love a chance to come on and draw a piece. So that's fine. Hit me up on, I don't know if he's still there.
No, I think he took off.
Well, yeah.
When he comes back to check out the recording.
Yeah. If you want to check out me on Slick Jimmy Love at Slick Jimmy Love on Twitter, you can usually get a hold of me that way, and I will. I'll put you in there too. Yeah. And it's Glenn Ambrose goes, "Do it, Zayd Ninja, do it." Pablo Romero says, "I think Adam was like that because that way They did not. That was what they did the toys. They didn't have to. Yeah, that's probably right.
Change the mold. Yeah, that actually sounds
The
right.
mold. That
For
makes
back then,
sense.
saving money.
That's right, because He-Man's origin story, if the mini comics were in the mini comics, was different from what we saw in the cartoon.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a straight up barbar. I mean, he was a straight up, barbarian. He was Conan, the barbarian type.
Which would explain why they altered the story when they got to the cartoon. They didn't want to make it too much like that.
I do have to admit, I liked Dolph Lundgren's He-Man better than any other He-Man. He just seemed more, except he had a mullet. But
Well, the He-Man in the comics in the cartoon and the toy had a mullet, so why not?
Sure. Did he have a mullet, or did he have like the Little Lord Fauntleroy, the page cut?
I think he kind of had a mullet.
Because I mean, like Prince Adam had a page cut, and then he had more of like a little more wild hair.
Mullet, yeah.
I think it was a page boy.
A page
boy.
Yeah.
Which is funny considering he's supposed to be a prince, but what are you gonna do?
He was always wearing pink. What was the deal with that? Pink and purple.
Well, I think from what I've heard, they would try to go for what the toy looked like, and they couldn't quite get the colors right when they did the cartoon. They just said, "Screw it, we'll just leave it as it is."
It was just like I always looked at him as I got older. I was like, man.
They fixed it in the 2002 version.
I would have been like,
He still has a purple pants or leggings or whatever it is he wants to call, but they fixed the vest.
And they weren't like, and then for a while there, they weren't even just purple. They were like lilac. They were like this light purple.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the most manly of palettes, but whatever. Pablo Romero says Squirrel Girl is the idea of a single, short, and dumb comic. Agreed.
Yeah.
And then Foot Emerald says Squirrel Girl only works as a gag character, like Toyama's Arale. I'm not a weeb flit. Sorry, cat, get away from me. Go. No, you fucker, get away from me. My cat.
We could always count on that cat to be a nuisance.
If I don't push them away, like they'll just start tap dancing on my keyboard, and that's always fun.
Especially when you're playing games. No.
Yeah, we have 17 watching, 14 likes.
Room now.
Thanks for the likes. Appreciate that people are hanging out with us. I know most people would be drawn over to Drawn and Quartered or other, there's plenty of shows going on right now, so
yeah, they're here for
hanging out. They're here for the sexy cheesecake. Let's go back and look at some of the sexy cheesecake. Look at that. Ooh, it's getting long there, man.
Yeah.
We're getting the shading down. Super. Humbled start building. He's building her.
Yeah, you're right.
I was about to say, like, hey,
yeah, you're right. Brightwires is streaming again.
Oh, he is. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Who?
Brightwiser. Mitch.
Oh, Mitch. I haven't met him or interacted with him, I think.
He's a nice guy. I met he and his wife on a stream back a little while ago. They're very friendly, very nice.
Yeah.
I think they had other things going on, but
yeah.
And there's other stuff I think going on behind the scenes, so they kind of dipped out. So
yeah, because I know the last I've understood is that he was trying to make a company.
Yeah, and that's fine. Some people are like yelling, "That's where we spent all of our money," and I'm like, "No, you gave money so that he could make a book, and he's still working on the book."
And he's still working on it.
Yeah, everybody be calm. He's been doing updates. I've been seeing him. It's all right. Just calm down. Everybody gets like that. I mean, look, I understand. Like,
yeah, but if somebody's supposed to
they want him, and and I should talk because I'm late too compared to what I promised.
It can't be a certain frog at this point. But hey,
I totally make this calculation. This won't happen again. I'll be like, yeah, this is the estimated date, but it's elastic, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
there's
that's
estimated, and then there's what are you doing?
yeah.
what do
Well,
you?
I mean,
what the hell are you
If it's
doing?
been 5 years, people really have something to say. I think like over like a year, people should start really getting upset. Not upset, but like questioning what's going on. Concerned. If you've been like over 2 years, yeah, you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, you're getting up there. Yeah, at that point, you're getting into B. Claymore territory.
Yeah, or we got a Rob Liefeld.
I think he is actually. I think he's actually starting to put the stuff together. But like, good God, fucking stick, man! You're like 5 years late, dumbass.
Right.
I mean,
I'm not even trying to be mean to him. It's just like, good God, man, what the hell are you thinking?
who knows? Like, he is so late that and then if anybody asks him about it, he like blocks him on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, that's great, dude.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, that's why.
Kwanzaa's done the same thing. He'll you question him on anything, and he'll just block you.
Well, that's why because I started my Kickstarter, my Indiegogo, and then I just kind of just stopped promoting it because I realized I was too far behind, and if I try to do too much with it, I'm just gonna end up being more behind, and I'm gonna have angry people at me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do it. So my comic is now on my website, and you can buy it that way. And right now, I'm thinking about getting a laserjet printer so that I can make physical copies of it.
There we are.
To just print the damn thing myself instead of trying to go to a print.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's take a look at Jesse's. Yeah, there we go. Little bit of boobage. She's a power. And then there's the bum. She has a large gluteus maxima. Yeah, there we go. But not too large. It's not ridiculous. Let's go over and look at Jim O'Reilly.
Yeah, you're gonna get too ridiculous with boobies.
Jim O'Reilly. Wow, he's really putting in the inks now. Looking very good. Like it.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, looking good.
I love the detail on the bikini or whatever that is.
Yeah, he's doing a that's very Frazetta-esque kind of look there.
Yeah, I love the detail in that area.
Yeah. And then we go over to Shinobi Raccoon. His little brown doll there. Yeah. Then that pervy P-Man coming to Groper. We're not sure. Save or Groper. One of the two. I think the He-Man and
I'm not sure either.
are actually friends, and they've done this to her. I'm reevaluating how this story went down. And then we'll go over to Daniel Vega of Tech Corner.
Finally, okay.
Now we got that. He's those are some pretty heavy duty pistols he's got going there.
Yeah.
He's shooting like those are like needle pistols. So he's got
something doomish type of a gun.
And then she's definitely not got lots of clothes on. I'm proud of you, Daniel.
Wait, since when have I ever put a massive amount of clothing every time I've been here?
Every time. I'm like, why did you put so many clothes on that character? And then I'm just kidding. Just fucking so seriously. All right, let's go back to the chat and see what's going on there.
I got quick.
Flint Emirates says D&Q is too mainstream. Hipster hair flip.
Oh, brother.
Oh, jeez.
Right, this is totally true. Paulo Romero says,
You're not gonna go all blue here on this, are you?
Paulo Romero says it's not cultural appropriation if the culture is from the white people. This is true. All us white people, as I said to Chester Busby, all us white people look the same. So it doesn't matter what you do.
That's a real
Doesn't matter if we have red hair or blonde hair or brown hair or black hair.
Yeah, what's the deal with trying to erase the ginger people?
You know, we all look the same. Doesn't matter if we're slightly brown, slightly tan, or golden, you know, bronzed, or like milkmaid, or just sonic taupe. You know, it doesn't matter. We all look the same, and we're not people of color either, obviously. Isn't that weird that you can't say colored people, but people of color you have to say that? I was
frankly, I
frankly, I find that more racist than I'm like, you might as well just call me wet back to my face, and like, because that's essentially what you're doing. And I don't think these people understand. This is what you're doing. You're being more racist than the actual racist. I've actually. That's not a compliment. That's not something you should be proud of. And I'm like, yeah.
Well,
hey, I've dealt with an actual racist. I've managed to, and I bought him beer, and you know, was just like, hey, you're not too bad, son.
Well, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting annoyed with people who used like a prefix to American, like African American or whatever, Asian American. I'm like, you're either American or you're not. All right, and that means I don't care what color you are or anything else. I don't care. I mean, I don't care about your history. That's fine, wherever you come from. That means I have to put like European American on me, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And you shouldn't do that either. You're either American or you're not. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I mean,
I'm an American of Mexican descent.
Yeah, of Mexican descent. Yeah, I'm American of Danish, English, modified whatever. But I mean, you know,
modified whatever.
That's kind of the way I've always looked at it. Saying you're Chinese American is a lot faster than saying I'm an American, but I'm of Chinese descent.
American
again, like I don't like that though, because what it is it's a qualifier. I mean, yes, everybody comes from somewhere, but I mean, I'd rather just them be an American and don't worry about it. Like that's the melting pot of America that it should be, as opposed to what, you know, it's turned into with all this, you know, progressive stack, you know, intersectional, divide everybody up into tribes bullshit.
The progressives are acting like Christopher Columbus when he came over, saw the Native Americans. He's like, oh, these must be Indians. I'm in India.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the difference between those idiots and Christopher Columbus was he didn't know any better. He's never been in this part of the world before.
Never mind that there's no social media, there's no any internet, there's no nothing to check up this shit.
True, but if both sides from that point in history saw us in history, he'd say, "You're crazy."
Yeah,
pretty crazy, man.
I mean, back when Christopher Columbus was around, the Earth was still flat.
Or according to the scholars back then, you know. And if you said anything else, you're a fucking lunatic. You know?
And Christopher Columbus was looked at as a lunatic because he said that the Earth was round.
Yeah.
Did we lose somebody? I thought we had 6 artists.
We the monkey dude.
Didn't someone say they were leaving?
No, I mean like Jim left. Huh.
You offended him.
Oh, maybe I did. That's possible. I've offended people in my life before.
And it won't be the last time.
I'm Hispanic myself, but I did one of those DNA tests last year. I found out like I'm 15% French.
Well, yeah, I mean, people have a lot of stuff. I mean,
yeah,
I'm like an 1/8 Mexican, but most of it's Spanish. But then weirdly enough, like all my Native American stuff came through.
Yeah,
like all my English and other stuff intermarrying with 3 different tribes. So
yeah.
I'm probably mostly Mexican because most of my family. I'm 4th generation, but I'm 3rd generation American. And so I'm assuming the way that the branch works is that everybody was from the area of where Mexico is and things like Aztecs and what have you. So I probably have like a bunch of Indian blood in every which way. So I'm on part turkey, part this, part that.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Something like gag where the dog is like 50% of everything makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I always thought that was funny.
Let me put it this way: I probably have more Indian in me than Elizabeth Warren. So
I'm pretty sure of it. I know I have way more than she has.
I'm like, it's just like I don't understand how these people seem think. They're just like, oh hey, we're like, this is a cultural appropriation, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, you know, I think she took advantage of what she believed in, but I mean that's fine.
No,
I mean, and I pretty much think she probably believed it because her parents told her.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at that woman. It's weird though. Like you go back east and you go to the little reservations they have there, and you come in there, and it'll be some dude that's obviously a white dude, right? He may have like some little sliver of native in him, but like he just puts on like a headband with like a feather on it, and you're just like, dude, I come from the West.
Take that fucking shit
There's
off.
like Native Americans all over the place here, and you don't look like one. You look like me. You look whiter than me.
I'm laughing at Jimmy's tentacle. I'm laughing at Jimmy's tentacles here.
Eh.
Wait, half of these look like really long.
I don't think you were paying attention when he did that, but okay.
I want to say it, but I'm.
Don't say it, man, because you're gonna get this channel strict.
That's what I mean. I can't say it. But
Josh,
that's what it looks like.
Josh,
I mean,
Josh.
I mean, as is, YouTube is probably going to do something anyway.
Oh man, that's my good laugh for tonight, I think.
Yeah, are you all right? Are you all right, man? Take a drink.
I'm dying.
Christmas. Laugh so hard you give yourself a conniption.
Yeah.
What happened to Jim O'Reilly? He just went away.
Okay, so this is the first. I'm on your program, and I was just on the pro edition of Drawn and Quartered, my artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so were you on a pro edition?
No, I put some. I did that band draw along.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I put some artwork there. So,
jeez, your princess is more risque than mine.
Who's?
Manny's.
Of course, look, I got a nude guy, dude. For the women. There you go, some beefcake.
Okay.
Let's go back to the chat and see what's going on. We got 7 people watching. Yeah, still, that's nice.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
14 likes. Yeah. Pablo Rivera says, according to some people, by the time they knew the Earth was round, it was believed that the oceans between Europe and Asia was too big to be crossed. Yeah, it was too big to be crossed without hitting another continent or two. So yeah, that's what happened. Flitter Hammer says, why aren't you on the stream, Pablo? You have time to chat. You have time to draw. Oh my gosh. Yes. Flit.
No,
because I'm working.
They're calling for you.
I have the keyboard next to the Huron. Something. Cat, go away. Go away. I don't want
Hashtag Tommy Lee was right.
Zach Hawkins
person-
is here tonight.
A person is smart, but people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Yeah, no.
Some people are. That's definitely true. I would agree. Okay, let's go back to the panel.
No, we're no, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. Yeah, no, but like I was saying earlier, that was my idea, was to buy a printer and just basically print the comic myself, and because I already priced the printer and it's about $300 to get like a stack of like a rim of 8, which is about 300 to 500. So you're probably talking somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 pieces of paper that I could use to make the comic with. That's about $60, $80, and then ink by itself is another $100. So I'm thinking maybe closer to about $800 in total for everything, and just print my comic. But people are like, "Whoa, you already did the fantasy one. Did anybody really buy it?" No, not really. But
how long is your book? How many pages?
The book itself is about 24 pages.
Okay, it doesn't cost much to get it printed on demand, and it's a pain in the butt to do your own comic book. I did it. I mean, you got a lot of print on demand services that are pretty darn good. It's you're better off just sending it out and getting it printed. Seriously.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper. Especially if you only go in 24 pages, it's a lot cheaper.
Well, because like I said, I was talking among some people that I know, and so I was thinking to up the page count to about 48 plus the cover. Back cover, and then do things like if people want to advertise to the comic, they will pay me for the advertised space, and I'll put them in their advertising in the comic. So, and
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, for me, like advertisement, you got to have a broad base to hit people. So I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So. Otherwise, people won't pay for it. You have to have something where people they're going to get bang for the buck. That would make any sense.
Right.
I would never sell anybody in my book unless I knew that I had a platform large enough, an audience large enough to.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something I was going to do right out the bat. Hey, if you want to put advertising, this is how much you pay for it. No, because I already know I don't have the audience.
Yeah, the audience or circulation or because when you start charging people for advertisement, you need
to have
quantify it that they're going to get the money out of it that they want. So that when people see it, they get eyeballs on it. So I often see that with a lot of the comics now. Is it doesn't seem that they're advertising a whole lot, but things that are of their own making, or
basically they're advertising themselves,
tied in with their own swag and merchandising. Now that's what it seems like. If you don't, when's the last time you saw a comic book that had like that back page with all the goofy ass stuff you used to buy as a kid?
90s.
I love those things though, and you get like X-ray glasses, and you get them, and they're just it's just fun stuff for like sea monkeys and shit like that. That was part of being a kid.
Right.
I mean, you could get most of that shit at 5 and dime, but I mean, a lot of the fun stuff that happened to me as a kid is kind of gone. I swear. I was a free range kid. My mom just
Bless you.
Go out and play.
Thank you.
Go out and play.
Mom too. It was like
she gave me a little watch and said, "Be back at this time, and don't bother me unless I call you." And she could like call out with her voice, and I could hear her for like 2 blocks.
Dude, my mom used to blow a whistle.
That is
whistle. Yeah, I know. I knew there's somebody in my neighborhood that did a whistle as well.
Yeah.
In my own neighborhood, we had those street lights. When they came on, you were in the house.
Oh, dude, we did night games and shit like that. I don't know. I mean, our area was pretty safe, so like they'd let us go around and like we'd take a street, and then like all the neighbors knew us. We knew that we were playing a flag or something.
It was so safe in the area that I was in. I used to walk home from middle school.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places that are just like that where everybody knows everybody else, and like so in my neighborhood we're not necessarily a small town. I mean, as long as I've been living here since the 70s, it's been 50,000 on up to almost 100,000 now. But
here we are.
Our neighborhoods are pretty tight because the church had a lot of people that lived right next to each other, and we went to church pretty much every week. And so the kids would we'd play, and then we had an elementary school that was close to us, and we'd go out and play at night, and they'd have lights from the mall that's across the street. Basically, you could see what you're doing. It was a good childhood, sometimes I feel bad that the kids now that there's helicopter parents, they don't want to let them out of their sight,
Right.
I know, right?
You cannot leave the house.
Seriously. It's
They just
crazy.
sit in front of a phone or a tablet all day.
Well, I mean,
We didn't have any of that stuff as kids.
I mean, like if you're that upset about it, I mean, I think there is a way to LoJack kids. So I mean, just put a little subdural little tracking thing so you know where they're at. They have their phone too. You can put a little thing on that, and then limit what they can do with on their phone with the internet until they get a little older. Then I guess you could track them that way. But I mean, there were times like after I learned how to ride a bike, which was like 5 or so. By the time I was 8, I was like biking the length of my town, going up to the canyon, which is like 6 miles away on a bike. And that was a weekend. My parents didn't give a crap.
Yeah. No, I mean, I rode the bike to my friends, and he lived like maybe 20 minutes away. I biked all the way to his home.
Yeah, I mean, today, parents would they just flip out. Where's my kid? Well, he's down the end of the block.
Oh my God!
It's stolen. Oh, yeah, he could. I mean, okay. I mean, and people are like, well, what about girls? Like, I mean, girls were rough and tumble with us. I mean, I have to say that like we usually give them a little bit more deference because you don't beat the crap out of a girl because you're a boy. But I mean, they're out there throwing dirt clods and messing around with us. I don't remember them doing you get on bikes and you make like lances and you had shields out of those old metal can, trash can lids. We made like flails out of like a nylon, nylons and like a tennis ball. So you'd be hitting each other with that. We got dowels and stuff, and we're whacking each other and having like night, bouts and stuff. We get old mops or like some sort of handle off of a broken tool and use those as like lances, knock each other off our bikes or whatever.
Right.
It was good times, man. We had good times.
Yeah, but nowadays is
Jim O'Reilly is back in the house.
Yay!
He's got big storms. He has big storms causing problems with his.
I don't know what the heck's going on.
Let's go back in the chat, see if anybody's talking. Last time they hadn't moved an inch. Well, we got some more people there now. We got the same people, but yeah. Yeah.
Good.
So Pablo Romero says comics here had ads about learning how to fix televisions and transistor radios. That's in Argentina. That's interesting stuff. That we didn't have that as a kid in our comics, at least not when I was a kid. It was all about they were offering like video games and toys and different. And they had the fun ads in the back where you could order stuff, and you really basically got like it was like Acme products that that sort of shit.
They had Kim sets too. Remember that?
Oh yeah, they had chem sets, and they often had erector sets. I remember those offering erector sets. Erector sets. That's a toy that still should be something around, but it's too bad it isn't because they taught people about like engineering and shit. It really did.
Yep.
Yeah, but kids are stupid now.
I loved Legos. I loved erector sets. I loved Tinker toys, man.
Oh man, I mean, one of my friends. One of my friends.
What
his,
are these things called?
His younger brother got finished through high school, and he was telling me like a lot of the courses and stuff that were there, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like a course. That sounds like they were just keeping you there to keep you there.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't learning shit.
Well, I mean, unless you see, for me, things like Lincoln Logs, Legos, Tinker toys, erector sets, all that sort of thing like that. I mean, it taught you all kinds of. Well, first of all, your imagination could run wild with those things. You could do all kinds of crazy shit, you know. I mean, and like you put all those things together, you can do Rube Goldberg machines, you know, and it was a lot of fun, you know. Friends of mine, we often do crazy stuff like that. And when we were kids, and I mean, I think the last time I played with my Legos, I was probably 13, and then I gave them to my cousins because you know they're young and they could do a lot more with them. And I was getting into TNT and shit like that. And yeah, I love those things. I had a big basket of each one of those. Play around with things, make huge. With Lincoln Logs, you could do big stuff. You had a whole bunch of them. You could do these big, elaborate things. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we can hear the ring. I can hear the ring coming down.
There.
No, I'm geeking out about things most of you guys probably don't even remember. Except for Manny. Manny remembers all of it.
I was born in 81.
Yeah, you were born in 89 before
81.
they did away with analog stuff.
81. Actually, tomorrow's my birthday, so for those of you in the chat.
Both me and
Happy
Manny,
Happy
Manny,
birthday.
you were born in the 60s, right?
Actually, in about 8 minutes, I will be
In
37.
In 8 minutes, you'll be
Yeah, because it's 11:51 right now here.
Oh.
Technically, where you are,
Happy
I'm already
Daniel.
81.
I was so young, born. Yeah, happy birthday, Daniel. I'd sing a regular happy birthday song, but I get charged like $12,000.
Damn it.
Now, unfortunately, you're correct, but yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you how much we have left. We have 18 minutes left.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's plenty of time.
I'll be done. I'll be done.
Oh, as long as you don't make him turn
Sarcasm.
color.
I think you guys have done great. I do. I think you've done awesome.
Thanks.
And I know that I set a massive flipping challenge for this 28th episode, but it looks good. The stuff you've done is quite nice. So.
I don't know, like compare this trying to the one I did last week, and so I like leaps and bounds.
Well, for like as far as my own stuff, like I do want to do. I got to that point where I kind of decided on doing the music character I came up with, and so. So the idea was this kind of a Sherlock Holmes Moriarty thing going on with it, and so I guess kind of Constantine / Oh My God was pretty much.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the first animes I ever watched.
Yeah, it was one of mine too. So because the idea is that what I had in mind is that I already started out figuring out stuff for the universe, how it works, so on and so forth.
Right.
So kind of like Oh My Goddess, muse are essentially angels.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Most of the pantheons that from God himself were actually angels that didn't want to be angels anymore, I guess.
Right.
They wanted to have fun, baby.
Yeah.
Paulo
But
Romero said,
you really can't consider them fallen angels, I guess.
Paulo Romero says, I think it's because he's talking about the transistor radio things. I think it's because there were a lot of adult readers in the game. So, and then Flit Amaranth says, as long as the cops weren't involved, my parents didn't care what we did. So a lot of things got burnt down around Flit Amaranth. So,
and so the idea was that as I put in the universe is that you have the Almighty One and the one below, and then everything in between is either a muse or a demon. But I'm trying to find a different name for demon. Just,
how about Damien? Cat? No.
Well,
I don't think Cat No would be a good name.
No.
Yes, Cat No. That's a good name, Cat No.
And so the idea is that the story.
I'll give you an idea about what my cat did. He comes up and he jumps around the corner, and he's like almost ready to pounce on my keyboard, and I have my finger right in his nose when I said Cat No.
And I get it uses on their own unchecked or essentially you don't want them using their powers on Earth because they're more than likely going to destroy it.
Right.
So for in the case of Helene, which is the muse for the story, she has her powers on lock. So she's about the level. I'm gonna say about the level of Thor, I guess in terms of power.
There you go. Pablo Romero says, Cat No. Cat No for the win. Or Cat No wins. Flawless victory.
Fatality.
Damn it.
I think now I'm going to have to make a story about Cat No. I'll figure out.
Cat No.
Cat No, or the magnificent.
That would be that would make for a funny cat girl story.
Possibly, yeah.
A cat that got told no so many things. That's her name.
Hey, why not?
My cat, he's male. Actually, the female cat that's in my house is very mellow. If you even like do a motion like go away, say anything, she'll just turn around. But that cat no, like the boys, the cat no. The other one who's very insistent, he won't stop. He'll just barrel right past my finger and say, F you, I'm going where I want to go.
Yeah, so I settled on the idea. So it's basically dealing with the return of Moriarty in the present. So like I said, it's kind of that kind of Ghostface Cats. Oh my God, that's Constantine and some quite a bit of stuff. I just don't know how if I should keep it lighthearted fun or I should be like stupid serious about it.
I think you should be lighthearted, stupid serious about it.
Right.
Let's look at the panel here. Got Manny with the beautiful young reclining mistress princess, and this dude. And is she grabbing his waist? What's going on here? What's around his buttock? Is that her hand? What are you doing, man?
What?
What's on her buttock? What are we looking on her buttock? What is that?
That's her hand on his butt.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's
So
what I thought.
she's
grabbing-
pulling him inward. Oh,
She's grabbing some ass.
it's very Manny. And this is the family show, Manny.
Right.
Right.
We got Hummel's making the princess kind of a pea green, kind of sea breeze, kind of looking green there, yeah. And he looks like the prince from Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, he's a buff
I
dude.
kind of like the ring cut look on this guy. It just works for him.
His delts are bigger than her hips. You know, that's just how it goes. Cat, get away. Cat, no.
It's Prince what's his face on steroids.
That's right, on steroids. That's what he was bringing on his ship was steroids. All right, going over to Jesse. That guy better make a move before she gets. Is that a dick tentacle? Oh my goodness!
Say
That's what
This did turn into a hentai here. It did. That was the surprise I asked you guys to incorporate there. The dick tentacle. That's what Jesse went with.
it works.
Jim Riley. He's the man. He's very Conan-esque, man. Dude,
He's Disney. If Disney, somebody called Disney. They need to.
Disney.
Jim's going very much with the kind of Conan. I think like she's got like a flaming sword. Dude, you need to make a story out of this.
And now I'm 38 years old. Yay!
This is something I'd read.
Yeah.
You know, like a science fiction Conan and like barbarian sword fantasy princess. That's I could get down with their adventures. You know.
Yeah, it's like Red Sonja. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
Well, I'm going to make you laugh, huh?
Hey, Tony, you like the girl with the flaming sword? Yeah. Forget about it.
Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna grab a drink. Right back.
Sure.
Get some Everclear, man. Just mix it with some orange juice. It's a spicy screwdriver. Now we're over at Shinobi Sasquatch. Things are getting very, very heated in this exchange. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going down here. Really, I'm intrigued by this scenario. It seems like the tentacle guy and He-Man are in cahoots, and she's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, apparently. Yeah. And over to Daniel, and we see he's shooting some sort of something, and he's got the girl with him, and she's like, "Save me, big guy with needle machine guns."
That is a really cool gun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I always think of that like so, because anybody who's shot automatic weapons know how fast a magazine is emptied. That the only way you could shoot something for a protracted period of time that would be like a pistol would have to be something with a small caliber. So thus, I always think of needles, like a needle firing gun, which would be wicked terrible. I think actually, especially if you made those needles into some sort of ammunition that had like say exploding properties or poisonous or something like that. You know.
Well, I mean, I would assume if this is like the future, they probably got it to that point where it's like Mass Effect, where it's taking a block of metal and just shredding off a little piece of that metal, and then it's about the size of a grain of rice, and then they're just shooting it at hyper speed, enough speed to just.
Right. See now, Daniel, I think that this whole scenario that you're doing right here could make a really cool comic book if you came up with the right story.
I think it would look pretty cool too.
I think that would be really cool, like a spacefaring adventure. Yeah. And he gets this badass. He kind of looks like he's a utilitarian kind of worker dude, like, but he's the
idea was like this was a Marine, just like you're like, oh my fuck, I'm off duty. Well,
like he went to a pleasure world and then aliens
and everything went to hell.
He's taken some he's taken some liberty skill set into action right here. Yeah.
I like it.
So a pleasure world where all the women kind of look like this, and they welcome everybody, and he's there on vacation, and then shit hits the fan when these aliens show up, and he's like, "Fuck this! He's got his
Forget Samus Aran, call this guy.
Hey, thanks, Flint.
And then when he gets done taking out all the damn aliens, like he's made king of the planet because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, well, yeah.
Everybody likes a male.
Everybody likes a U.S. Marine. It's like the space colonial Marines, space Marines.
Handheld railgun, huh?
That's right, handheld railgun. That's what it is. Those needles are depleted uranium. All right. Let's get back to the chat. Hello, chat. How are you? 7 people still watching, 14 likes. Hasn't moved very much, but glad for everybody that's been there. Flithammer does say handheld railgun, which is an awesome idea that I've thought of before, but anybody else who uses, I think, is a cool idea. Pablo Romero says, Jim, that is really cool, but I wonder if you will be able to finish it. Oh, he's talking to you, Jim.
Doesn't look like he will, not within the time.
Well, here's the thing: if you guys want to finish these things up, later, and then submit them to me, and then we can put them online. Or either, give me what you got. Either way,
right? I'm gonna give you what I got because.
But I think this is pretty cool stuff. What you come up with, I know that it doesn't quite completely fill the requirements of the rules, but that's not what this is. Challenge is about. This challenge is about coming up with stuff and being inventive and have an inspiration hit you with your imagination, and you've done that tonight, which is really cool, and I'm very pleased about it. So don't feel that I'm not like drawing a quarter where you guys didn't finish your thing and you didn't get your fucking shit done. I'm not like that.
Nobody ever finishes anything on drawing a quarter. He end up.
I know. I understand. But I think our stuff is cooler. I mean, they just did Thor. What do we got? We got princesses and fucking buccaneers and shit.
Yeah.
And penis tentacles.
You got muscle.
And Masters of the Universe.
I am the Lester. Oh, sorry.
And Marines kicking ass.
So tell me what's going on in this one, Shinobi. Tell me what is he doing? He looks like he's a little. His face is a little squunched up there.
Yeah, kind of went with the whole. I'm kind of making this up as I go along.
It kind of looks like you're trying to pull anime.
Make it up as you go along.
The style looks kind of some anime stuff.
All right, you got 4 minutes. I got to go off the line for just 1 sec.
No. Yeah. Oh, we'll do without you. Don't leave us.
But yeah, this could be a conspiracy between him and Skeletor, and this monster might have come from him, and maybe not. I really don't know.
Yeah, but no, as far as I was saying was my comic idea. I think that's the one I wanted to start with because the idea is that it goes back and forth, so it goes back to World War I period, which is the idea was that Sherlock Holmes was this Sherlock Holmes character was around in World War I. So the idea is that as the story progresses, we're dealing with flunkies of Moriarty, and it leads up to him, or whatever the reincarnation is at that time. When I get there, and so it's just basically doing a lot of world building,
right?
Yeah, for the rest of the world because there are more characters I have for this because I have a I was kind of doing. I had this idea.
Daniel?
Yeah,
I like the characters you just created better than the whole Sherlock Holmes thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could build off this character idea even better. Awesome, sexy girl running around, guy blowing shit up. She's like, can you help me save my planet? I'll be yours forever, and so will everybody else on the planet. That would be so much funner story to tell. I'm telling you. Or when I hear it.
Well, someone wants to help me write it because because this probably looks more like you could probably do it more like a not so much Nukem, but kind of close to it without Just have fun. You know?
Trust me, what I see here on the page right now could easily be made into a comic book. And then
I think so too.
Gems, I definitely. This is like Buscema cool, right here. Like I can see that happening. Like this, I don't know what you call this guy. This barbarian dude and this barbarian princess. I don't know what's going on, but I know that I'd want to read it.
Cool. Thanks.
No, I'm serious as a heart attack here. Somebody get me some nitroglycerin. I need it.
Nitroglycerin.
Yeah. So let's go on. Look at Jessie. Oh, she's got two tones right now.
One with that Dejah Thoris is supposed to have red skin. I thought that's kind of neat.
That's fine if you want to go with that route. By the way, we have hit the limit, so basically the Cheesecake Challenge is over. However, I do like what I'm seeing. As I've said, I like every last one of these. I'm feeling every last one of these. A lot of fun. I like the different styles. This has been a really good challenge. And
so we put our pens down now.
You can do whatever you want. You can put your pens down, or you just keep drawing. Because some of these I really would like to see finished off. A lot of fun. Jimmy Christmas are nice.
No, I mean for at least for the voting. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, for the voting. Split, my good friend and Maud, could you please get the that thing the straw poll together, please? And we're gonna go through the art real quickly here. We got Manny's. This is very much in the vein of Dejah Thoris, and kind of a Frazetta vibe. And she is I'm not sure what she's doing with this guy, but
that's a special twist, right?
Special twist.
he's like all tangled up with the tentacle, so either she's controlling the tentacle. I don't know what's going on here.
Controlling her. Wow.
It's very alluring, though. Moving on to Humble Marty. Humble Marty has the blue tentacles. They're rising up. But the hero, he's keeping the young lady who's blue, kind of a greenish blue skinned herself with white hair. He's saving the day, and we'll see what happens. Very nice. Marty, I'm sure, is probably going to finish this off. She usually does, with probably more stuff in the background if I know Marty. But very nice, very nice. First time I've ever seen Marty do a guy, and she did a pretty damn good guy.
Yeah,
Marty.
Yay.
Yeah, I had some practice with trying to do some warm-up sketches for Prince Adventures. So many abs.
Yeah, he's good.
We have abs.
Definitely. Going over to Jessie. Jessie has a nice brown skin young lady in the vibe of, I guess, Dejah Thoris. She is being accosted by these tentacles, and it looks like a tentacle dick. I'm not sure. Another one over there. So some fairly bad stuff could happen if this guy down here in the corner doesn't get his shit together soon.
Right. Get him an axe or something.
That's right. Yeah, but yeah, he's kind of observing and going, "What's my next move? What's my next move?" I'm feeling like I'm not getting where I need to be. That's what I'm thinking. And then, he's gonna say it right anyways, I'm sure. But then we have Jim O'Reilly. Beautiful. He's got his pretty much his pencils down and started a little bit of his inks, but as you can see, some good stuff coming there. Stuff I'd actually want to read. Seriously, I'd want to read this comic. Shinobi has, I'm not sure exactly, like I said, what is going on here. There is a tentacle that's coming in to accost his little character that he's inserted into this picture, and He-Man is either going to save her or be complicit in a crime. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I'm not sure what's going on either.
But yeah, something's going on, and that kind of an arabesque kind of looking out alcove here with the. What is going on here? Has she been sold into slavery by space Muslims? What are we doing here?
I'm voting for she was captured by skeletons.
I think I figured it out. The tentacle is a space Muslim, and Adam is here, or He-Man is here to bid on this captured young lass, and he's checking out the merchandise. That's what's happening there. That's
It's possible.
Yeah, what a threat.
For the comfort of Grayskull.
Yeah, maybe he got tired of everybody assuming he was gay and just
He's like
decided to take this poor girl home and do things.
And Grayskull was very cold and drafty, and he needs somebody to keep him warm. So, moving on to Tech, Daniel Tech Vega, and he's got another one that I could see this very easily put in and to become like a comic book.
Yes.
This is a great splash page for a comic.
And if anybody's welcome to help me script it, yeah.
I just want to see it finished.
Yeah, this would be nice finished. And talk to me. I may be able to come up with something. It's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
I gotta admit, I like the vibe.
And by the way, I think this is the first time somebody's. No, wait. Yeah, I think this is the first time somebody's seen me draw male characters, because majority of the time it's female characters.
Well, I mean, see, like I like the juxtaposition. She's nice. She's small. She looks feminine, and he looks like a fucking like beast, and I like it. So you don't get enough of that anymore, if you know what I mean.
I know.
Circle. And this looks like something that would scare the shit out of me if it came after me. So yeah, there we go.
More on it. I just don't know how much more to how to make it more scarier.
Add more claws and more spikes. That usually doesn't do it. And spitting acid or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna go with the alien kind of xenomorph thing,
add something sharp at the end of the tail there.
Oh yeah, or like a big like a barbed phallus thing, which means that he's gonna rape both of them. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think this thing should have wings.
Wings, yeah, that wouldn't be bad. So kind of like a wasp kind of insect kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it's an initial design, so we could always build on it.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. I'm gonna go back to the chat, see what's going on with the. He's probably put up the links. If you guys want to put a link and vote for yourself or whatever you think is best. Yeah, get in. Yeah. You guys get in there and vote. Anybody who's in the panel and in the chat, get in there and vote. We don't have a whole lot of people around, but do what you gotta do. All right. Currently we have 8 votes. 8 votes. So get in there and vote. Get in there and vote. Do it. Do it right now. Do it. Do it. Have 15 likes. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. We'll have 7 watching still. But those 7 has been with us for quite a while. Really appreciate you guys being in there. Paul Romero is still in there. You can put your pants down. That's where you going with that, Pablo? Far hentai. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, very much so. I like that. Foot says, we're like DNQ Fan Edition, where Booster won't show all the drawing along submissions. Yes, I'm still salty about that. I don't know what you're talking about, Flip, but I'll take your word for it. Amaranth, vote early, vote often. It's the American way. This is true. Either vote for the turtle sandwich or the giant douche. It doesn't matter which one you vote for. Not saying that people in the panel are either turd sandwiches or giant douches or giant douches wrapped in a turd sandwich. They're much better than that. Not unlike our politicians. 16 likes. Nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Going back to the panel. We'll go back to the panel, see what's going on. I white boxed down. Sorry about that. Boomering out again. One more time through Manny. Beautiful stuff. Nice. Humble Marty. Cute as usual. Very fun. Lots of color. And then we got more color with Jesse. And the guy down there, he's like, "What am I supposed to do?" And she's like, "Just help me." And Jim with some very evocative imagery. little bit unfinished, but very nice. What got done, fantastic work. And then we got Shinobi with his whole slave girl. What's the name of this character again?
Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom, slave girl, Cherry Blossom, and I could see a comic out of this as well. Except you're probably not going to be able to use He-Man.
No.
Just, and then Daniel Tech with his sci-fi thing. This is the first time I've seen him really do sci-fi, because mostly like what I see him do is like fantasy stuff. I'm digging this dude. I'm digging all the way down to China. This is what I'm saying. So yeah, let's one more time. Let's go back and see how the votes have tallied up. We got 12 votes. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes, so that'll be 22 after the hour. And then I guess next week I'm going to have to figure out some sort of solution for Hangouts. Stupid freaking, Google. But we'll figure it out. And yeah. Let's one more time. Should we go on here? Have you guys gone all and voted?
Yep.
I did.
Red panels voted. All right. So, has everybody in the chat voted? That's the question.
There's like 12 votes, I think.
Yeah. And
There's
9
9
people are currently watching. So.
Okay, so anybody who wants to go and vote, this is your last
chance.
Little few minutes. Please go in and vote. That'd be nice. Super to fly. Zach Hawkins, great art tonight as always. Thank you, Zach. Paulo Romero, art, yes. Yeah, they both agree, I believe. Yeah. Guys, we got 8 watching now, not 9. Somebody dropped out, but we do have 19 likes. Very nice, 19 likes. Maybe one more, that would be super. But we'll see. All right, we got 1 minute. I'm gonna see where we are in the countdown. We got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
All right. Come on, guys. Anybody wants to vote? Oh, we got 20 votes. We got 20 likes. You guys rock. That's so awesome. 20 people. 20 people affirmed that I'm making a difference in the world. Yeah. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Let's refresh the page, see if anybody bumped in. 12 votes. We're starting from the bottom. Sadly, with 0 votes, even though I really loved her work, was Humble Marty, our stalwart young lady that's always here. Give her props, Humble Marty. Then we got Shinobi Raccoon and Jesse tying with 1 vote apiece for just off the podium. We'll give you the tin medal. And whoa, things changed really quick. I'm gonna have to. That was 13 votes. I have to look at it again and see what happened.
Controversy.
Nothing changed. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Something did change. Jesse is now with the tin medal, and it's worth a lot. You can pound it into a cup and drink your tears out of it. Jesse, I'm sorry. But you did awesome. I really liked what you did. It was cool. And it's very sexy. I had a lot of buttocks in it, and I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. And then Shinobi Raccoon and Jim, you two tie for the bronze medal. You have a bronze medal. Take it home with pride. Very nice. And and that was for 2 votes apiece, by the way. With 3 votes and the silver medal. Woohoo! Daniel Tech Corner. Hey, six silvers on the podium, dancing around. Look at that. Don't shake your junk too much. That's all I'm saying. All right. And with 5 votes, and coming out on top, the man with the unbreathable skunk girl in his pants. Dog press. You take me over the top tonight. What was that?
It was the butt that put me over the top.
It is the butt that puts you over the top. The huge manly glutes We just right before everyone, they just said, "Oh, we got to vote for that."
Yep.
That's what did it. It wasn't the girl with her sparkly titties. It was
No ifs, ands, or
a
buts
manly
about it.
firm. You could bounce a quarter off from butt of some guy that you can't see his head. All right, everybody, it was awesome tonight. I mean, and for the 20th episode, we did a great job. I'm so happy to have you here. And this is the time when you guys get to shill your shit. And let's start with the man who does have stuff to shill. And let's hear it for Manny Korea. Manny, shill them.
Promote. Please go over to Indiegogo and go check it out. It says 2 hours, but I'm gonna re-up that in an hour from now. So it's gonna be 30 more days. And we're at 4,500, which is only 500 away from our next stretch goal, which is awesome. It's only been on for 30 days. It will be on for another 30 days. Please go check it out. If you guys can't support it, please go tell your family, your friends, whoever you can. Get them to come support the Unbreedable Skunk Girl. It's a fun read. It's going to be 80 pages, perfect bound, glossy pages, glossy cover, heavy stock. I'm not going to go cheap. I'm not Marvel over here. I want to get you guys a good product.
You mean the ink will come off in your hands?
No, it's like
that's the best part.
Who's Marvel?
I printed comics like a year ago, and my stuff is way more. It's superior to Marvel. I mean, come on. I mean, my stuff is on glossy paper. Well, you can't even see it, but it's on glossy paper, heavy stock. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Please go check it out.
Yes. Can you scroll down?
What's that?
Can you scroll down?
Can I scroll down? Sure.
Yeah, you have some art down there.
Yeah. So we got the first cover, the standard cover will have double covers. So it's gonna have the wraparound cover plus the regular cover.
Nice.
And then you scroll down some more. This is the variant cover by Tank Ferret.
Nice.
And it has a whole bunch of smaller creators. We got Little Girl Rito on there. You got Niobe. You got Vani. You got all kinds of people on there. And then here's the first splash page. Then you got the first page. I put the first 6 pages up there. So the comic book is more cartoony because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a takeoff. I mean, it's a little parody of Squirrel Girl, so it's gonna be more fun. Skunk Girl looks sexy. She's hot. She's got a very nice skimpy outfit, which is awesome.
She has a skunk tail.
She's got the skunk. She's got the skunk mobile, and of course, I want it to be bright and colorful. I didn't want the total gray tones and kind of boring stuff. So that's why it's a little bit different color palette. So it's a fun comic book. It's a kind of comic book that you're gonna start reading and you're not gonna put it down. You're gonna go right through it. It's gonna be a good read, a great afternoon.
I believe in Manny, and I believe in Skunk Girl.
You believe in Skunk Girl? Thank you.
I believe I can smell it from here, and it's not a bad thing, actually.
Oh, she smells wonderful.
She smells like a fresh bouquet of freshly washed pussy. It's awesome.
Good night, everybody.
On that note, we are
on that note, moving on to Humble Marty. Humble Marty, do you have anything you want to promote?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Humble Marty. I'm also Humble Marty on DeviantArt. I also have a webcomic on Tapas, Hello Prince Awkward, and I have a light novel coming out, Corn the Unicorn.
You got quite a few irons in the fire there, huh? Nice.
And despite the cute, funny animals I drew in there, it is definitely not for little kids.
Oh. And now we know. You're going to have to put the parental advisory on the front of it.
Exactly.
The little 18 with the bar across of it. Just remember. All right. Well, it's good to know. Jesse, tell us what you're about, what you're doing, man.
Basically, I just work freelance. I'm trying to get my drawing skills a little bit up on par before I actually start getting some stories and maybe some sequences done. But if you want to see some more of my work, you can find me on Instagram. It's a Neoscene Studio. That's NEOSCENE CENESTUDIO. You see a lot of my chalk art, digital paintings, and other work.
Nice. Awesome. I like this, man. I like the bum. I'm always I like the boob there. Got side boob. Love it. All right. And then we got Jim O'Reilly, and he's got his book up here. And that looks.
Yeah. So you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all under my name, either Jim O'Reilly or the Art of Jim O'Reilly, or on my website, which is theartofjimoreilly.com. You can contact me there. But I'm doing these previews of a book I'm working on called Nerve. It's like a 3D preview, and you'll be able to see the progress as it goes along. And it's totally for free. You can check it out. I think I have like the first 15 pages.
Very nice, man.
So,
this is really good, man. Digging it.
It's just a rough thumbnails in these back pages. But, this is the pencil page for the first page. No, it's not a Western.
I still like the Western vibe, though.
Yeah, it's kind of Australian outbackish to start, but that's all like sorry. Anyway, it's about a bunch of superheroes who failed to save the world. They're reuniting or trying to get back together again to attempt it one more time because one of their members has been kind of kidnapped by the very thing that they fighting against, which is this nerve type thing. So
it's cool, but it's a cool idea. Keep us surprised, and definitely when are you gonna do a campaign with this for fundraising?
Yeah, I will do an Indiegogo to fundraise it.
Definitely, when you do that, make sure to contact me especially, and Manny also does a show. I'm sure that he wouldn't mind helping you out. He loves good artists. I've noticed that.
I just want to get the book complete, and then I'll work on the marketing and the Indiegogo campaign.
Well, I definitely would get like a lot of these pieces of art out, like just kind of, take a screenshot of a part of it, and just get it out there and just say, this is what I'm working on. This is from Nerve, and expect it in the future, that sort of thing. Because this is good work. I like it a lot.
Well, this actual 3D file is what I post up there. So when you go and you click on it, you actually will see the 3D book, and you'll be able to flip through the pages.
Oh, cool.
So it's like one of the functions of Clip Studio. It's like underutilized. So.
Very nice. Very good. Everybody, go look out for Nerve coming soon. And great work, man. Awesome.
Thanks. Thank you.
Shinobi Raccoon, tell us what's going on.
Okay, so you know about Skunk Girl. So as a bonus, I had you'll also get a 5-page short story by me, which featuring Skunk Girl and my character Cherry Blossom. Behind Kunoichi.
Cherry Blossom.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shinobi Raccoon, and I also have a YouTube channel which will be going through some changes soon for obvious reasons.
Well, okay. I don't know if they're so obvious. I'm just wondering what they are now.
Well, the way streams are being done.
Oh, that. Yes. Obvious reasons. Great. Look out for Cherry Blossom and also Unbreathable Skunk Girl. Lots of fun here. I liked how you incorporated your little girl into your piece today. Very good. Finally, last but not least, Daniel, Tech Corner, Vega. Danny Vega, as we call him.
I'm still open for commissions. You can find me at vegadesigns.squarespace.com on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It will be at the Tech Corner. I'm also doing a small sale, 2 for 20, black and line art only for characters. 2 characters for 30. And I'm also going to be working on some comic ideas, and among them, we might make a comic out of this one here.
This is a cool idea. I like it. Like I said, I like Jim O'Reilly's idea as well. I think those 2 out of the panel tonight are literally ones that I definitely could see being like made into a book. And so great job tonight. Appreciate it. I'm going to show my book for just a second. My name is Slick Jimmy. I currently have a book, comic book on Indiegogo in demand. It's called Little Girl Lethal. It's about a young lady called Sugar Lightspeed and her quest for vengeance, retribution, justice on those who did her wrong when she was a child. She'd had a pretty rough start, but then she was saved by an elite killer, an elite assassin who trained her to be a weapon of destruction, and she's very good at what she does. In so doing, she goes about the city that she lives in, a grand megalopolis called Lost Peaks, and in her quest, she may save the city, she may save the world, or she may destroy it. That's all in the story. And this is just the first episode in what will hopefully be a saga. I'm trying to fulfill the book, and if you do want the book, you can still go get it. However, one caveat. This is not for kids. Even I have two versions, the modest and the immodest, and neither book is really for kids. But if you get the immodest version, y'all best put that up on the top shelf because, it's not for, keep it up with your Cohibas and your 12-year-old stock where the good things are because it's not for kids.
Yeah.
But as we do on the Cheesecake Challenge, that's kind of what I do with my friend Whiskey Paint from Vladivostok, Russia. He's my artist, and I'm the writer-creator. This is why we hold the show to help get new artists and established artists if they want to show up, their wares out and their projects and people to hear about things. And I hope everybody had a great time tonight. This is the 20th episode.
Thank you for inviting me.
What was that?
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, always. Everybody's always welcome to come back. This is opening. We'll get you in the Cheesecake chat if you're not in there, and then that's where we can just put the link out. So everybody in the chat, let me go one last time to the chat, see what's up with them, and see if I need to say goodbye to anybody. Looks like Amaranth's putting Shinobi Raccoon stuff out. Also putting out Daniel Vega's stuff as well, and putting out mine, of course. Follow Jim O'Reilly on Twitter as well. So all those have been put out there. Jesse Garza's is on there as well. So everybody, thank you to Flit Amaranth for being an awesome mod. Pencil for Life showed up at the very end here, but he was on Drawn and Quartered, so I think he just got here. Appreciate everybody coming out. Let me go back to the panel so I can actually close out the show. Next week I still think we're going to be doing on Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see how I finagle that with a new set of software. We'll find out. Everybody be good to each other. Keep doing creative stuff and creating art and life and worlds and universes. Hopefully, we can all have something to look at our legacy because we've created things. And y'all have a great night. Take care.
You too.
Hey, thanks.
Sweet.